something? Since you got a record store, you know what this is, right?
That's a record bag, sir.
Ladies and
From the
gentlemen,
label.
This is a record bag. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Back in the day, you know, if you were a
get goodies.
DJ and you wanted to just shoot out with a few records, you carried your record bag.
Yes.
And since I got a man who worked in a record store, owns a record store, and has DJed for oh so long,
Right.
I want to show y'all some things. This is why I miss vinyl. And it's certain things that you miss about the game that we don't get anymore, okay? Now, as a DJ, I'm just gonna pull something up and you just tell me, you know, what do you think? When you see that right there, what do you think?
That's Def Jam.
That's Def Jam.
Yes.
That's Def Jam. See what I'm saying?
Yep.
2 copies aren't bad.
Yep.
That's Def Jam. When you see that, when the DJ pulls that up,
You
I
already
think
know.
you're in the club. Like when you're watching DJ, he's scrolling through the computer, you have no idea what he's looking at.
Right.
If you're a DJ and you see another DJ, you see that come up right there, you be like, ooh, something from Def Jam is coming up. Be excited. You know about that?
That's Fresh Records. That's EPMD. That's Nice and Smooth. That's Steezo, Just Ice, Mantronics.
And Just Ice is what we got.
Yeah.
My man, that's why I'm playing this game with you. I got you. Now, this is later on.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, now I don't know exactly what artists I grab. I just want to make sure I had these records.
Mm-hmm.
But as a DJ, you know when you see this, there's only a few artists who immediately come to mind.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is later on. This is later on in our DJ evolution. This is right before vinyl went away.
Only because I saw a piece of the label. That has to be Lil Jon.
Yeah, what that green mean? What that
Yeah.
green mean?
Yeah.
When you
Yeah.
see this green,
Yeah.
it's about to get crunk.
Yeah.
Crunk.
Yep.
You understand?
Yep.
Snap your fingers.
All right.
This is some of the last stuff to come out on vinyl right here.
Yeah.
And the last time vinyl was important, this was the label.
Yeah. And I have that on 45, by the way.
45?
Yeah.
Oh, so they even redid this too.
Yeah.
Man, I might have to stop by your shop, man. I'm coming.
Yeah.
I'm coming through there. All right. You already know, don't you? I can't.
That cold chilling can't go wrong.
Cold chilling.
Yeah,
Ladies
can't
and
go wrong.
gentlemen, when you saw this at the club, any DJ walk in the 80s and he ain't got none of this in his crate,
He need to go home.
he need what he need to do, Billy Bill?
He need to go home.
He needs to go home. No brainer.
Yep. Bad boy every day.
No brainer. I mean, I know the dude's controversial and all.
Yeah. You can't stop what he did though.
Yeah, this label right here, I mean, man, when you saw it, you knew you had to buy it. Now, listen, as a DJ, you walk in the record store, any of these right here, you don't worry about who it is,
Just grab it.
do you?
No.
If you walk in any record store in 1988 and saw this, do you care who's on here?
No.
Right on.
88 had to go.
You don't care. If you see this, you don't care who it is.
No.
You just buy it. What about this right here?
Yep, 4th of Broadway. That's
Fourth of
during that time. You can get food though, but that Eric B. and Rakim, you had Nasira.
I
You
know
had,
you got soul.
yeah.
Eric B. and Rakim.
Yep.
You're not worrying about, like, just because Eric B. and Rakim were on this label, it make you buy
You took a
everything
chance on it.
else.
You took
You
a
take
chance
a
on it.
chance on everything else. That's how much record stores meant in these records.
Sugar Hill label. That's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the original wish list for every DJ. Everybody start off, you want one of these first. Don't matter who it is.
Yeah.
This is the first, most DJs, the first time you saw a 12-inch single that you really wanted to get your hands on.
Yeah. I have I was talking about the Overstock wall. Every time a Sugar Hill record came in, I put it all together. So I have right now it's probably about 50 of those with the different artists, all together at this
See,
point.
mine are in alphabetical order. So I was just looking around saying, I see that blue edge over
Yep,
there.
let me
So
go
that
and
was
take that.
all Grandmaster Flash stuff
Yep.
was right there. So that's it's nasty. Now,
Yep, Tommy Boy. Yep. Yep.
the original B-boys on the record, hey, Tommy Boy Records. Like for me, Planet Rock immediately comes to mind when you think Tommy Boy, Planet Rock. And after that, any roller skating jam that came out, if you saw Tommy Boy,
Yeah.
You knew you're dealing with Johnson Crew and Africa Bambaataa.
Yeah. They
Tommy
had a great
Boy was
run.
that joint. Now, I'm gonna take you to the disco era. Now, for you disco DJs, some of y'all might be older than us.
And Mercury.
Yes, indeed. When you see, you got the ladies and the buildings, but this is Curtis Blow right here. This is Christmas rapping.
Yep. Yep. That was a wonderful cover too.
Yeah, wonderful cover. But as a disco DJ, you knew that Mercury put out fire.
I always felt like they should have only cut out one side of the cover because you're missing the middle. I wanted to see what the middle looked like.
Right. and as an honorable mention, it's not about the cover.
It's about the label.
It's about the label.
Enjoy.
Enjoy Records
Now, you do know that Enjoy
and
and
Sugar Hill.
Yeah. Go
Yeah.
together.
Loosely related, right? Because
they cousins.
most of here's the deal. Enjoy Records, Sugar Hill is known as like the first hip hop label, but these dudes were putting out hip hop records, and a lot of the artists that Sugar Hill got came from
Enjoy.
Enjoy. And here go the crazy thing. Over here you got Sylvia Robinson, and this guy was Bobby Robinson, but they weren't related though. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I just had to go down memory lane. For all you DJs watching, you know these covers. Right. This is why we do this. And this was the beauty of having records back in the day. These covers helped us identify stuff that we didn't know. Like you walk in the store, I don't know what to buy, If you got this, buy it.
You already know.
Period.
Because they were dropping all hits.
Right. There's no questions.
Every now and then you get a dud, but for the most part, they dropped all hits.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, and that's why you bought those duds, because they dressed them up to to look like the hits. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I remember buying Run's House. I hated it.
You didn't like Run's House? Did you like Beats to the Rhyme
Beats
on
to
the
the
other
Rhyme was
side?
my
That
jam.
was your joint.
It was my jam. But Run's House, I hated it. But Beats to the Rhymes was another one of those moments that made me want to pivot.
Let's see.
You know, because how many turntables do we, like in my mind, how many turntables does he have to be able to cut all these records in? That was the first part. I didn't know anything about track machines.
Okay.
But that's what got me into pause mixing. And then it went from there.
You know something, speaking of Beats to the Rhymes, and this as a DJ, records were made for DJs back then. When you listen to Beats to the Rhyme or like a Jack the Ripper,
Yes.
these were made for DJs. That's why every 2 bars you had a little break. You know, yo. That yo, without any music around that, he didn't say that wasn't engineered that way for you, the listener. That was for us, giving us a place to hit it. Yo, yo, yo. And he said it with nothing around it and put emphasis on it just for the DJ. You know what I'm saying? Like everything was made for the DJ. Loved it.
So I got a question for you since we're talking about albums and sales and all that. I got a hot single out right now. Am I focused more on chasing the stream or am I trying to sell a physical?
Good question. First and foremost, there's no money in streams. Let's make sure that we're clear on that. There's clout in streams, but there's no money in streams. There's money. Time has taught all of us that there's money in physical product. And if you have the means to move the physical product, then you're good. You know what I mean? Like that, because there are records that come out on vinyl now that sell out in 24 hours because there's a demand for it. Now, here's the other part. A lot of times nowadays they only press 500, 1,000, 1,500 worldwide versus back in the day they might press 10,000 of that record. So, you know, it's like when they used to come out with the shoes that people used to wait in line for. You know, they only made so many of them to create that demand.
So it's turning into that.
Yes, and that's the thing. You know, so when you're doing,
So y'all have releases just like
yes,
shoes and got people out here like, man.
yes. So Saturday at my shop we did the 10th anniversary of Eric Roberson and Fonte's album Tickle Arrow. It was the first time it was on vinyl because when it came out 10 years ago, it was a CD time.
Right.
Vinyl wasn't an issue.
That's dope.
Yes, and we had people lined up down the sidewalk.
Oh wow.
You know, and almost every record store who carried the record is sold out. Like there's a few left on the planet, but for the most part, that record is sold out.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
Right.
That's dope. So, you know, I know we've been on the record stores for a while. So one of your pivots has been teaching DJing.
Yes.
And I remember you mentioned that you were trying to open a school,
Yes.
but now you're giving classes. So
Correct.
tell us a little bit about that.
Mix, all caps, MIXX, School of DJing Arts is the name.
Okay.
You know, it's an idea I had back in 2019, and then we went through COVID, which kind of made me go a different way with the idea. But yeah, nowadays we teach classes, individual classes. We don't, we don't have 2 students at a time. We do individual classes, and with each course, it's a 5-day course.
So 5 days with Billy Bill, I graduated. And I'm a DJ now.
You can go to the next step.
Okay,
Yes.
all right.
However, what we do it in 5 weeks. It's 5 days, but it's 5 weeks.
Okay.
Same day every week. And each week you progress to the next step. And till the final day, you get your final exam. And hopefully you do what you need to do. And then if you want to sign up again and go to the next step, then you do. But originally, we teach you all the fundamentals that you need to become a DJ. Because, you know, you can learn the fundamentals, but your style can only be your style. You know, even me, when I started learning how to DJ, I followed different people, but I took what I learned from them and created what I wanted to create. You know, so we just make sure we teach everybody the fundamentals, how to blend, how to do your song selection, how to not pitch too far up or too far back, you know, just all those things.
So you start off teaching wax?
Yeah, the first class is a wax class, yes.
Yeah, when you said too far up or too far down, like that's got to be wax
Yeah.
because you can take it where the pitch.
Correct.
Right, gotcha.
Yeah, you know, but I'm just realistic. You know, I give the student their option which way they want to go, because you know, starting vinyl all over again, especially these days and times, can be an expensive hobby versus just having a friend with a hard drive that'll give you a copy of it, and or you have an extensive CD collection or whatever, and you can just import it all, and then you're in the game.
So what does a student look like today? Or is there a typical student, should I ask?
Nah, man,
you just get some of everybody.
I've had a 17-year-old. I've had a 48-year-old.
Right.
You know,
Men, women, white, black.
Yes, men and women. Yeah. I had a young lady. The last student I had was 26 or is 26, and she has a controller, but she wanted to learn on vinyl. So she did not want to touch a controller at all in class. So she learned literally from vinyl, no Serato, no nothing. We're talking. She wanted to learn with vinyl.
Right.
So do I need my own equipment? Or?
No, we supply the equipment for you.
Okay.
You know, I tell people if you have a controller at home, it might be better for you to learn on your equipment instead of if we don't have the same thing, because you're going to be using your own long term. But no, we supply all the equipment for you. All you have to do is show up and be ready to learn.
Hey, well, that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So this is a question for my listeners because they always want to know. So what's your next pivot, and what does it look like? I mean, because the climate has changed so much. Like, what do you see in the future?
At this point, I am definitely concentrating on the 45 7-inch vinyl market. First, we're starting to reissue and release for the first time different things on vinyl. So our first release was the Jadakiss Freestyle on Versus. So if you ever see somebody playing it on 45, it came from us. we put that out. Our second release, we do a lot of work with the Lox. So our second release was a record that they put out called Terminator Lox, and on the B-side is a record called Isley Money. But currently we're working on different reissues and re-releasing some things and then putting some things out that have been out on vinyl for the first time. But we have a lot of different projects. Some I can't let out the bag yet because we're still negotiating. But we are definitely now concentrating on the vinyl side of things and really pushing that out. And so when we talk about retiring and having something to do, that will be what I will do in my phase as me not being at the store possibly anymore.
And Google has your net worth at 1.1 million. How close are you to that?
I wish it was over that, but we're climbing. We're climbing. Yeah, we're climbing. My plan was to honestly retire at 40, and then the Lord had another plan for me. I had another son, so I said, okay, I guess I can't retire yet.
Yeah,
and then the Lord blessed me with a granddaughter as well, so she's 14 at this point.
Oh, cool. Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Thank you. So, I'm just trying to make sure that when I'm gone, they don't have to, work as hard, hopefully.
Right.
And if they're going to work as hard as I'm working, then make sure it's for yourself.
right.
Yeah. And yeah.
Well, I got one more curious question because I think we're about to wind this thing down. With 45s, today's 45s, they still print them with the great big hole?
Both ways. They print them with a small hole like the 12
Yeah,
inch.
I figured they would.
So some are small, some are, and then they still print them with the large. They call it the dinked hole is what they call it. But it's the large hole or the small hole, yes.
Okay, and as far as technology to adapt for that hole, we always had the little cone joint you could slide or the clip. Is there something else that people are using now other than those two? I'm really curious, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's so many different adapters on the market because you have what they call slippage. Even sometimes with the 12 inches back in the day, we had to put a piece of tape over the hole to make it
or
tight.
Some tissue or something
Yes.
in there, right?
So the 45s are the same way. So there's this new style of adapter that came out that as you put the 45
fit.
on it, it squeezes in. So it's hard to describe, but it has little slits in
kinda
it.
locks in,
Yeah,
though.
so it makes it tight. And so there are different adapters that work the same way, some with rubber bottoms. We've, like I said, it has evolved greatly.
Right.
Next time I do a listening bar in Raleigh called Redbud, excuse me. And the next time I'm there, I make sure I reach out to you and let you know so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Like it's if you haven't seen it before, like it'll blow your mind just to see it being done and the amount of things that are available and the great music that's available as well. I mean, there's some things that press on 45 now that the only other way you can get it is like on YouTube or somewhere. Like it's not on 12 inch or anything.
Right.
Yeah, that's dope. You're gonna make me start buying records again. My wife is not gonna like this. She is not gonna like this.
Yep.
I'm gonna take these back home and put them back on the shelf. You know what I'm saying? And I'm coming to the record. Hold up, you gotta tell people the name of the record store, man.
Record store, Lookout Music and Media, 2028 New Bern Avenue. We're located in Raleigh. We've been there 22 years.
22 years.
22
Listen up,
years.
people.
Where's
That's
that on New Bern?
If you know, I used to tell people the landmark used to be the Wakeman Hospital, but now the landmark is the Alamo Drafthouse Movie Theater.
Oh, right.
When we're in that shopping center on the top half,
where
where Cheryl's used to be, exactly.
Right. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So if you know where Frank's Pizza is, we're right next door to him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
we've been there 22 years. The Lord has blessed us, man. That's all I can say.
Last question for me. So you've seen a lot in this industry.
Yes.
Being stationary in North Carolina.
Yes.
So what's North Carolina missing? And I always ask that question because I feel like North Carolina is home to some of the most talented musically people, but I just feel like it's overlooked from an artist standpoint.
Yeah, how does Tennessee have a Memphis and Georgia have an Atlanta
Well,
and we don't?
because we have a Charlotte.
And now Charlotte's not a musical hub.
It's not a musical hub, but you know, I've said it always, like the problem not just with us but with people. We talk about the problem, but we're not willing to help change the problem. The solution. You know what I mean? And at this point, we're the only. My shop is the only black-owned record store in the Triangle. We're talking in the 50-mile radius.
Right.
So,
In an ideal world, do you want more, or do you like being the guy?
I'm not in it for myself. Anything that I've done, any of the story that we've talked about, from me showing up at Kamikazes with a recycling bin, from me going to Freeze, all this has been me giving to the people.
So you would like to see more record stores open up. Gotcha.
Well, it's always been hard for us as black business owners anyway, to stay above float, because, I read a quote one time that said, if you want to see who your friends are, open up a business.
Open a business.